long as we can keep the, not you,
I don't, talk about us.
as long as we can keep the
I thought you were
costs
Phil.
reasonable.
No.
I think you can speak for yourself, don't you? You know, the biggest thing is going to be that they don't push us into escalating costs. We need to make sure that we keep the program costs competitive for the
Yes.
students.
And Trustee Paul, do you have thoughts on it? And Dr. Karen, any thoughts?
I think the natural progression of the dental hygiene, the nursing, and other certificate programs, that's not awarding bachelor's degrees in history or engineering or whatever. These are pretty natural extensions with resources already here to make this happen.
Any thoughts? Well, no. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, since this is a fairly new concept, especially for community colleges, I know with my ACCT SAC board, we've been talking about this definitely because it directly affects us as students on whether or not we can move on to a four-year university or we can stay at our community college and take classes for hopefully cheaper than the university would be offering with the same results. And I figure if it is a cheaper way to go and it does yield the same results, then as a student I'd be all for it.
Well, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Just finishing up on what we did in Washington, D.C., one of the other things that came up involving Obama's plan for the free community college that we all discussed was what we'd like to see them do as a starting point is look at the students at community colleges service that are falling through the gaps right now in terms of funding that maybe don't quite make the cutoff for Pell Grant, or maybe are just getting enough where they can take a full semester, but then all of a sudden they have to cut their hours and start working because they can't afford to do whatever they need to do for the next semester. And when they've shown the motivation and they've got the grades and they're working toward a productive degree that's going to get them a job, can we find some way under the beginnings of this plan to funnel more money into trying to help those students and get those students through so that they can complete? As opposed to just saying, okay, we're going to give it all for free, which obviously everyone knows is not going to happen off the bat. But here's some things you can take into consideration as you're formulating how you're going to go about putting this into place. So that was, one of the key points that we brought up over and over with the legislators. Trustee Gashgarian and Trustee Paul are going to attend the 2015 ACCT Governance Leader Institute on Diversity, and that's in Dade County, Florida. One of the reasons that they are attending February 26th through 28th is that we are finalists for an award later on this year for a diversity award, and this is a good opportunity for them to see what other schools are doing, to pick up some new information for us, to network, and whatever else we can bring back that will be helpful to us as far as diversity is concerned. Would either of you like to comment?
Well, and also to talk about the good things we're doing.
That's true too.
So I've been definitely bothering Derek and Dr. Haney and others for the past month getting that material together. So, we think we've realized that we haven't been tooting our own horn about some of our exemplary programs, and that we need to do that somewhat. So we're trying to do that as well as learn from what other people are doing.
I'm sure they'll have a lot to say when they come back with information at next month's board meeting. Next, I'd like to congratulate Trustee William Griffin for being recognized by Triton College as a 2015 National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development Excellence Award. NISOD has a 37-year history of recognizing exceptional teaching, learning, and leadership. Trustee Griffin?
Congratulations. I got the nice
Very
one.
surprised.
Are you going to go to NISOD?
That's why Triton's
Yes, I am.
Business School has increased and the rest of the colleges going.
That's right. We're all leaving them with taillights, But yeah, no, it's a nice award. I
Yes,
was
it
pleasantly
is.
surprised last night. Appreciate it. Thanks.
College education finally paying off.
After years and years of work.